What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Mars Anomalies channel. I got a pretty neat one for you guys. I didn't know too much about this thing. I stumbled on it by accident. It's called the Hartley 2 Comet. Didn't know too much about it, but I'm going to pose this question to you guys. Is it real? Meaning, is it actually a comet, or is it a spaceship? And I know that sounds goofy, but you're going to see what I mean by this, because one picture in particular kind of blew my mind, and I was like, what? But there's other things, inconsistencies that didn't make much sense, okay? And let me see, this is a picture of it right here. It looks like a big chicken wing, or chicken leg, call it what you want. When I saw this, I said, okay, that's pretty neat looking. Actually, it's kind of ominous when you look at it, but a couple of inconsistencies. Now, I tried to look up how fast this thing was moving, okay? Can't find it. Maybe you guys would find it. You guys can give me the info, no problem. What I found, it doesn't look like, if you look like Halley's Comet, things like that, they have this giant tails like coming out the back. Like it would be like coming from here, shooting outward, coming out and just blazing like, hundreds and maybe thousands of miles across into space, showing this stuff. I'm not seeing it on this. Okay? So either it's a very slow mover, which that would probably believe that. But again, like most pictures that NASA has, this is also manipulated. But there's one screw up they make in this picture, and you guys can be you guys can vote on this. Tell me what you guys think it is. If I'm just seeing things, or is this actually there? Okay. Let me start off with a couple inconsistencies. These appear to be lights. And I know as goofy as it sounds, it's supposed to be this vapors and ice particles shooting out of it and shooting out of the back here and everything else. And it looks like it's intelligently illuminated. It doesn't look like it's actual gases per se. And I see this thing right here. It looks like it's hitching a ride. Okay, see it? It looks, and here's the wild part. Watch this. See how it's like really pixelated compared to the rest over here? Just look at anything over here. It's fine. Right here. But look at the shape of this thing. And it looks like it's either craft hitching a ride, or it's part of this actual whatever this is. And here's the other thing too. Let's just zoom in on the top. Look, it's just blurred out. Like it just, but it's round. See it? It's got something round here. Comes out here, here. Now they did say, and if I've got my info right, because I was actually going to do Phoebe, which is one of the moons of Saturn. I was going to do it first, and I had a picture all laid out for you guys, ready to rock and roll. But then I seen another picture of like more of the moon itself, and I decided to say, hey, wow, I see more anomalies on that. So I put that aside and decided to do this Hartley comet for you guys. And yeah, I mean they're both equally kind of wild looking, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I've got some cool ones coming up for you guys, but this is the reason why I say this doesn't look, these look manufactured, meaning they look intelligently made. If you look right here, it looks like there's a space in between these, like light, 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 light. There's like spaces going right through them. Now it might be just trick of the picture. I'm okay with that. Look how tall this thing looks, like some kind of weird monolith sticking right out of the top of that. See that? See that? Here's a little whatever this is hitching a ride, or if it's just something, I don't know. If it's just part of this thing. It doesn't look like it's a rock. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't look like a rock. And the fact that they blurred this out, that's telling me it's definitely something hidden. There's something sticking out right here. They said, here's the thing. They said that it was the Deep Impact probe or spacecraft that went and was flying closest thing. Believe it or not, they said it was like 430 miles. That's how close they were to that thing. From a distance from it was like 430 miles. They say that this thing's like a 1.4 miles long. But said some of the objects that are sticking out of this thing are anywhere between, 140 to 280, I think, feet off the surface of it. I'm going, well, and then that's why I question, how fast is this thing moving? Because if it's moving in blazing speed, how are these things staying on the surface? So, that's why I kind of question. Now, it may be just a slow mover. I don't know. I didn't really do 100%, I read quite a bit on it. And anyway, this is part of the epoxy mission, they called it. But you can Wikipedia this thing. I mean, it'll give you all kinds of information on it. It's pretty wild. I don't know if I even have it here. Yeah, it should be Wikipedia's right here. Tells you everything you need to know about it. And you can see it's the epoxy mission. What was that? It was some... Okay, yeah, see right here, it says the spacecraft came within 435 miles, my bad, I was off 5 miles, while moving 27.500 miles per hour. Okay, and that was on November 4th, 2010. The data from the flyby was transmitted back to Earth through NASA's Deep Space Network. Okay, see, 1.4 miles long, or 2.25 kilometers, and it's peanut shaped, so some jets of material are being ejected from the dark side of the comet rather than the sunlit side, which is kind of weird because I always thought it'd be just the opposite because the sun playing on it, heating it, blah blah blah, and there you go. Scientists involved in the epoxy mission described the comet as being unusually active, with mission scientist Don Yeomans stating it's hyperactive, small, and feisty. So there you go. But it must be moving pretty quick because, I mean, look at this. This is Perseus 9, October 2010. It's right there. And then it's right here. So it must be clipping along doing pretty good speed. And that's why I questioned, how these objects that tall and be able to stand out like that. But, you know how that goes. But anyway, let me jump to this. Back to this. And like I said, these are like pretty tall things just sticking out. And I see a lot of manipulation on this, guys. I don't know how else to explain it, but up in the front here, you're gonna see what I mean by this thing's been manipulated badly. And like I said, it just has these weird 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here, just weird things. Now, is it just pixelations? Yeah, I'm okay with that. But like I back way out, doesn't look like it now. See, now when you go way in, yep. But when you back out, you can see something looks round in here, something in the center, something right here going this way. I don't know. But let me see. There's something else sticking out here, and you just can't see the whole thing. It's just not. It's not there. But it looks like something's right here. Like it's got this weird, shape to it, almost like a circular kind of thing. And right here, there's something right here. It looks like it's been black squared out, or it's part of this thing, and it looks like some kind of round thing in the middle of it. And I'll make that a little bit more clearer for you. But it says right here on the top, it says Hartley 2, and then it has some numbers because it's the picture itself, it's identification. And it says blurred overlaid. And you'd have to do that. I don't think it's blurred overlaid. I think this is the actual picture. The ones I'm going to show you right now is supposed to be from NASA. And I will give you the link, and it will be in the description. You can check out all of these pictures I'm going to show you right now. Look at this picture, how clean, looks crisp, looks fine. Then you go to this piece of garbage. Now, this is on NASA site. Again, no matter what picture you look at, it's 1, 2, and then there's a section, like one light, and then there's like 2 or 3 right here. Look at this. 1, 2, one in the middle, and then a series of them right here. Why isn't it like all different? Like it's just spewing this stuff out all those different locations. I mean, it's just coming out. It just doesn't make sense. Okay. Now look at this right here in the front. Now this is going to be pixelated a little bit, but you can see like some kind of thing here, and it looks like it's been all blurred out. But it has like this weird round thing. See this right here, and it's been just all taken out. Again, 1, 2, one in the middle, 1, 2. Like perfect, like nothing changes. But keep something in mind too. I'm going to show you this beginning. Again. Like I said, right here. Like I said, you got a little hitchhiker right here. What's this? Here again. Here again. It's there in every picture. Okay. Most people say, well, it's part of this comment. So, yeah, of course it's going to be. Okay. I'll go with that. Now, this is what's really weird. Look at the way these lights are. Well, I call them lights. Let's just, for argument's sake, say they're not lights. They're all vapors coming out. Okay. They actually, what's the way the shape of this? It comes down, goes in, and then comes back out, like I said, like a chicken bone kind of thing. Okay. This is the same picture, only flipped over. Okay, why isn't it still shooting out of this? The sun's shining here. Why isn't it still shining out? Now all of a sudden you can see like a couple down here. So, you see what I mean? Down the bottom, comes out. All right. Now it's flipped over where it's higher here and then back down and goes like this. Okay. And now you can see the lights down here. Why didn't you see them on this picture? It's like, it's flipped over. You should be able to see these now pointing out here. You don't see it. It doesn't make any sense. And again, hitchhiker, lights. So there's a set, one big one, and multiple. Nothing changes, but check this out. Some kind of weird thing in the front, and it looks like there's pixelation, so you can't see this thing. But I'm going to go back. You're going to see this is just wild. It's got this weird, looks like a smooth ball, some kind of thing sticking out of the front, and then something right here, and then it's just a blotched out piece of crap, and they just really, like I said, they just really blotched this thing out. There's that light again in the back. All right, this should be the other one right here. And you can see something there that's ghosted out right here. I don't know what this is, but all of this is like completely pixelated out. It's a joke. So I don't know which angle this thing's particularly turned on, so I'm not sure about that one. This is what I want you guys to check out. This one, keep your eye on what I just said about the ball. Well, it looks like something's sticking out of this. And it's got that weird radius, and then it runs along. Okay? Watch this. This is what this picture done it for me. Look at this in the front of this. Weird kind of opening. It comes up like this, and it's smooth. There's something right there. And look at the length of this thing. It goes down. Look at the way that thing has got this hole or opening in the middle. Comes up like this. There's something like right here, and there's like a space. Another space. Like this is all rounded right here. It's like it's going like this here. And then there's something behind it, and it runs down the distance of it. Wow. What? This is supposed to be, you know, a comet. I mean, come on. It doesn't make sense to me. At least it stands out for me. It just doesn't look natural. It doesn't look like something you'd see out in space, like something's been beat up by meteors and, you know, other space debris. Let me see something here. Okay. Here's our little picture here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All right. Here's that weird thing right here. See it? All right. Now, let me do this. Here. Okay. I'm just going to blur it up a little bit, see if we can get some... Okay. See how it's like starting to get a little smoother? Even though it's blurring out, I get that, but it's like smoothing out the lines. Okay. Right here. And it looks like I said, there's a section, another section, and it looks like it goes up to here and just runs right down, and just stuff is, and it's just encrusted with something. Look at this, something else right here, some kind of weird arch thing going on kind of thing. And there's something right here. Okay, now I'm going to brighten it up a little bit and then invert it. Okay. Let me see if I can find this thing. All right. If you look carefully, you can see right here, there's that cone piece, and you can see it right here. There's that leg. I'm going to call it a leg for lack of better words. See, there's one here, and then one here. Now you're going to see just the opposite. This will be white, and the rest of this will be, watch this. Okay, leg. Now it's white in between there, but look at the way it goes up, and it has this weird... See, it's like now this is white, this section. This is white. And you can actually see it stops right there, and there's another one that goes across. But it goes like this here, and then it goes right down. And you can see that this stuff has been added. Because see how it's like all clouded, kind of like blurry? It looks like there's some kind of weird inlet right here or something. See it? It's still there, but it's ghosted out kind of thing. See it? There's something there, or there's just a, you know, a crater or some part of it. But I'm not buying that this is fake. This looks like some kind of craft or something. I don't know. And like I said, as always, I'm going to leave it up to you guys to tell me what you guys think. But like I said, that looks too intelligently made. Let's just put it that way. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay? And when I invert, like I said, you can still see that opening right there. And then it's rounded right here. And then up here, and then it goes down. Of course, you can't see that here because now it's all blackened out and everything else. But... And like I said, there's something right here. There's actually something sticking out right here. But it's really hard to see in this picture, and I wish I could show it to you guys, because I know it's not going to show it very well. You can see it right here. It's rounded, but then there's like a bunch of ghosting and manipulations done. But this, to me, come on, guys, this is not natural. It's either something's actually, another thing's hitching a ride, because there's that thing again, a little hitchhiker, and there's something else either sitting on this, or this is not a comet at all. It's definitely not. There's one of the two. It's either something's sitting on it just like this is, or this is actually something else. It's not a comet at all. It just looks odd. It just really does. All right, let me back out of that. I think let me see here. Okay, there's our Wikipedia. Okay. Going back to this one here. Oops, my bad. Keep thinking I'm in the other one here. Let me do this. Okay, again, pixelated out, but look at this. I mean, the way this... right here, it's got like these little things running off of it. There's something here that's right here. Something comes out and goes down to here. I don't know, man. It doesn't look like something would be just like naturally made. It just... Again, there's a little ship or part of whatever this is. Now watch this. Let's sharpen it up a little bit. Okay, there's something right here. I don't know if that looks like a cylindrical opening or some kind of thing or something right there, but there's something there. And like I said, depending on the height of these things, saying 280 feet, that's pretty tall. He said it was like equivalent to like a 6-story building. So that's pretty big. And if that's true, How fast is this thing going? It doesn't rip these things off? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just really secure on it. I don't know. Let me see. See how like this weird, it looks like there's some kind of weird thing right here, and it looks like it's just blotched out like a square right here. I don't know if it's part of it and it's actually there, or if it's definitely been manipulated. There's something here that's like in the shadows and you really can't see it too much, but you can see this. Okay, even if I go back to just simple shopping. Okay, there's your base picture, and you can see them right there. It looks like there's something on top, but there's something right there. I mean, look at it. It just looks too perfect to be just nothing. Blur it up. Now let's invert. Okay, they're still there, which means this is still in the picture. Okay, and the reason why I inverted this, you're not going to see a whole lot, but I wanted you to see this. Let me see if I can do this here. Okay, look at 1, 2. See, there's like a separation between the two. 1, 2. It seemed a little too perfect, like you would think if it's just like openings, it'd be like one, like just sporadic openings, like one here, one over here, one over there, one over there. It wouldn't be like lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like this one's hard to tell, but it looks like there's a little space in between that one between this one, and it's hard to tell on these here at all. But it just seems like too, I don't know, too uniformed. Here's our little craft, whatever this thing is, or anomaly, part of this. I don't think it's part of it, meaning a rock or some kind of stone part of it. I don't believe that at all. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not speaking for you guys. Again, like I said, add your comments. Tell me what you guys think. Because I always like to hear. I mean, when I see something wild like this, I just want to know what it is. And if you guys are a lot like me, if you guys are on my channel, you know you're just like I am. It's like you just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. They want to see what this is. They want to know what it is. And it just caught my eye. And it's just like, I'm just looking at that thing going, why does it stick up from the rest of the terrain? Well, I'm going to call it terrain, or the body of this comet. Why does it seem to stick out from everything else? I mean, there's too many anomalies on this thing to say it's a comet. I could be way off base, but just by looking at these simple things and just the pictures that they've got, I mean, like I said, these are what look like the separations, and there's 1, 2, 1, 2. Just like too perfectly put there. We don't know if all of this has been added to blotch out what this thing really is. We don't know. Heck, I've seen this all over Mars, all over this stuff here. Who knows? I believe the stuff is there, but I think it's not a comet. It's not a comet. That's just my personal opinion. But let me show you something. If I can go back to this, I want to show you something what I find really wild about these pictures. Okay. I was actually going to do, this is Phoebe, this is one of the Saturn's moons. I started off by doing this particular picture here, but then I got another bigger picture of the actual moon itself. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyway, everything I see in these, like I said, everything has something different taken out of it. Watch this. Okay, now this is almost the same angle, even though, see how it's like kind of tilted upward, and you can see the, well, let's call them, vapor spouts, call them what you want. Let's say these here, pretty much the same thing, only it's slightly tilted this way, like the front is more this way and the rear end of it's that way. Look at, now it's got this weird like grid on it. See it? See that? And it's like, it's got some inlets, but it looks like there's some stuff right here that's been hidden or has been manipulated. I'm just telling you, every time you look at this picture, there's something different. This doesn't change. It's like the same shape all the time. But this somehow changes. Every time the angle of this thing changes that they take a picture of, they actually manipulate this thing in some other way. Why are they doing it? It's just a comet, right? It's just a simple comet. So, again, here's our little hitchhiker. Our lights, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then something in the middle. 1, 2, 1, couple in the middle. Everywhere you look, there's something there. There's just like the same things, same patterns. Why isn't it just like just spewing stuff all over the place in every single direction? I don't know. Maybe it's a super slow-moving comet. I don't know. But this one here, come on, guys. I mean, I've got to say this is probably the one that like made me say, "Wow, looks artificial." Now I'm just not saying you guys got to agree with me. I'm just saying that it's a little odd that you see this right here, and see, like if you're looking at this from the side, you just see this smooth area right here, and then this right here. Well, this is from the side. There's a smooth area, and you can't see it, but there's actually, it looks like blocks, like pixelation sticking out. So, is this the same thing? And let's see how it's rounded, and then comes up, and then goes down. I don't know. And no matter how you look at it, these things are consistent. They're not just shooting spouts all over the place, like different randomly, at random times, or different areas. It's always in the same area. I don't know. That's why it made it. That's why I questioned it. I don't know. But I thought that was pretty interesting. I figured I'd share this stuff with you guys, and you guys could tell me what you thought it was. It maybe, who knows? Maybe I'm totally off base, and it's nothing more than a comment. You guys can leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Me, I see too many inconsistencies. I just do. I don't. Again, if this is nothing more than a comment, then why manipulate any of these pictures at all? Why does this one look okay, and then these look like garbage? You know what? They make them like they. It's like they degrade them purposely. They, because it's hard to improve a real nasty picture, but it's easier just to. I think it's easier to actually degrade a picture than it is to, than to actually improve it. You can smooth it out, of course, but I don't know. But that's from NASA. That looks like crap. I mean, that's just and I think there's a reason why they do that. Here's that other picture I was telling you about. I showed you earlier. Okay. Again, I'm calling this the front, guys. For all I know, it's traveling this way. But, it really doesn't matter at this point. I'm just seeing too many inconsistencies. It looks manufactured. It looks fake. It looks like it's intelligently made. Give me your thoughts on it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'll get to Phoebe in probably in the next couple videos or something. But let me know what you guys think, man. I'd really be curious because you just never know. Sometimes I see things differently than you guys and vice versa. I'm okay with that. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys haven't watched, if you guys haven't watched my videos, you know that I don't actually go out and find the stuff that's obvious. I try to look for the things, A, that are hidden or totally hidden, meaning something that's not perfectly obviously when you're looking at it. I try to look at that, and my videos will show you how they're actually hiding a lot of these things, like on Mars and, believe it or not, some of the moons, Saturn, Mercury, the planets themselves. I mean, just check out just subscribe to me, check out my videos, give me a thumbs up if you can, greatly appreciate it. But I promise you're going to find some things in there, even if you don't agree with what I say they are. It doesn't matter. Ask the simple question: is it A, natural or made by nature, or is it intelligently made? Usually you can define either or pretty easy. I mean, we're all pretty grown up and got pretty good brains, and we can figure this stuff out pretty easy. That's all I ask you to do. I don't ask you to agree or disagree with what I have. You can if you like. I don't have a problem with that. This is the reason why I leave my comments open. But let me know if you don't agree what you think it is. Say, yeah, it doesn't look natural. I'm not sure what it is, but it doesn't look natural. That's what I'm looking for. I'm simply looking for your input because I see some wild things in here and I'm just stunned. And I just want to know what it is. And I actually ask you guys this stuff purposely because I want to know what you guys think. So with that, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do it. Please do so and throw a thumbs up and check out my other videos. You're more than welcome to browse through them, check them out, and see what you find yourselves. With that, I'm going to let you guys go. Hope you guys have a good Veterans Day. It's like I said, I give a big thank you to all the troops in the past. If it wasn't for the men and women, back then in the wars and everything else, and all of these. Whether it be, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's Marines, Navy, Air Force. It doesn't matter what it is. If it wasn't for you guys, this country wouldn't be what it is today. So a great big thank you and thumbs up. Appreciate it. Anyway, guys, I will see you next pick.